Detroit 2 runs and 3 hits. The Athletics have been shut out by Nate Robertson on 4 hits. Pudge Rodriguez to begin things against Barry Zito. Fastball up and away. Lou touched on it earlier. Jim Leland sharing with us before the game. He had never spent any time around Pudge Rodriguez. Said the guy plays hard, the guy plays hurt, and he does whatever it takes every day to beat the opposition.
Got a lot of enthusiasm.
I like that line. Shows up to beat the other team.
Because let's face it, you know, when Pudge Rodriguez got near the end of his tenure with Texas, some were saying wasn't helping out the pitchers all that much. Carried that tag with him to Florida. Jack McKeon fell in love with the guy. And Jim Leland has done the same, taking over this season. Fly ball to deep right center field. Kotsay on the run, and it's gone into right center field by Rodriguez. Rodriguez, his first home run this postseason, and that makes it 3-0 Tigers.
Well, that is when he is his absolute best. If he's hitting the ball the other way into the right center field gap, in order to do that, you got to let the ball travel into the hitting zone as far as you can. Look at that concentration. That ball's deep, almost past the plate when he hits it.
Well, Zito tried to get a changeup down and away from him, and the ball stayed up. And Pudge really drove it over that right center field wall. I shouldn't call him Pudge. He doesn't look like Pudge.
No.
I mentioned earlier he looked like Jack LaLanne. He's in great shape.
Wow. That might be the first time, Steve, we've been part of a broadcast where Jack LaLanne's name was mentioned.
I want to see him do those crazy push-ups like Jack LaLanne does.
2-1 to Monroe. 3 balls and a strike.
Right about now, Pudge will answer to a lot of names because that ball was flat out waffled.
Well, I've seen a lot of Rodriguez when he was with Texas, now he's with Seattle. What a great hitter, player he's been throughout his career.
That is a 4th postseason home run for Pudge Rodriguez. He had that Monster League Championship Series with the Marlins against the Cubs back in '03. And Zito follows the home run with a walk to Monroe. Marcus Timms bounced out to Chavez, his first time up, hits it right at him again. What a pickup that is, and that is a force out at second, and the throw gets by Swisher. And on his way to second base is Timms.
And there you see the absence of Ellis at second base.
Now Brandon Inge, he homered to start the Tigers scoring against Zito in the 3rd inning. For those of you just joining us, Zito retired the first 8 hitters in rather routine fashion before Inge kept one fair down the left field line. Runner at second, 1 out.
It's nice to have a 9th hitter with 27 home runs.
They had 74 home runs this season out of the 7, 8, and 9 spots in the batting order. That is major damage.
It sure is.
That ball driven into deep left center field. On the run is Kotsay, and it bangs off the wall. On his way to second and Inge with a run-scoring double. And the Tigers now lead 4-0. Brandon Inge with a home run and a 2-base hit to drive in another. And the double play that wasn't turned brings in a run.
Well, we talked about pregame show about Oakland's pitching and their defense. And so far defensively, they've been a little short.
Chad Godin, right-hander, getting ready in the bullpen. Granderson, a roller down to Swisher, and that's a second out, with Inge advancing 90 feet. Polanco looked at ball 1.
I think Polanco's going to take a good long look at Eric Chavez down at third base to see where he's playing him. I think it's a great play to drop down a base hit bunt, score the run, and walk to first.
One and one on Polanco. Brought up earlier, no players had a higher batting average against another team over the last 50 years in baseball than Polanco has against the A's. A .493 hitter in his career, and that's against real good pitching just about every year. Three and one.
Zito's pitching behind in the count a lot.
Boy, you got to tip your cap to what Detroit has done. We talked about it. They walk the second fewest times in the American League. They strike out the second most times in the American League, and they have battled.
Base hit into center field by Polanco. Will bring in Brandon Inge, and it is 5-0 Tigers. And again, Polanco delivers. Nearly a .400 batter during the regular season with runners in scoring position. When he was hurt, the Tigers were down. When he's in a lineup, they're a whole different club.
They can get deeper into the lineup. They've got themselves a really good second hitter. But you can see the advantage of pitching ahead in the count. When Zito throws a fastball, ahead in the count, hitters are hitting 208. When he throws a fastball behind in the count, they hit 343. And there's your 343 swing.
Sean Casey pops it up in the foul ground. A long run for Chavez, and maybe a step short.
Yeah, when you're always hitting in these hitters' counts, you can get more aggressive as a hitter. When you're behind, you're protecting a little more.
Yeah. Chavez all-out effort every day at third base. You know, when he came up, they were worried about him defensively. They always said, we think he's going to hit. We don't think he can catch the ball down at third. Worked very hard with Ron Washington, the defensive instructor on this ball club, and 5 gold gloves.
Breaking ball, and that one is dumped in to short right center field. It'll fall in a hit. Polanco making a turn, going to third. And the crowd getting a bit restless, and here comes Ken Maka. He wants to know if Godin is ready. He is ready, and he's coming in. So Barry Zito retired the first 8 batters. Since then, he's given up 5 runs and 7 hits, and he leaves in the 4th. 5-0 Tigers, and looking for more against Chad Godin, who takes over out of the Oakland pen. First pitch swinging in the air, foul ground for Swisher, and he runs out of room.
Well, he wouldn't have if that wall wasn't there. he gave it a good shot. There's so much foul territory here. That certainly helps out a pitching staff. You get a lot of foul ball outs in this stadium that you wouldn't normally get anywhere else. And the hitters hate that.
Yeah, I didn't like hitting here because of that. And the fact that they had Vita Blue and Catfish Hunter and Raleigh Fingers and the rest of that very talented bunch that they had here.
Yeah, I wouldn't have liked that.
0-1 to Maglio Ordonez. Slider down and away. Now, Godin did not pitch in the division series. This is his first appearance ever in a postseason game. He, along with the rest of his mates in that bullpen, had real good seasons.
Yeah, Cajun young man from Louisiana.
1-1 on Ordonez. Runners on the corners. Fastball strike at the knee.
I think that's one of the toughest things that managers have to deal with in the playoffs, is the fact that you do go through long stretches of times where you don't use guys in your pen. I mean, last time Godin saw game action was during the regular season.
It's hard to keep them sharp. And we talk about the importance of defense. Last inning, with Thomas on deck, Detroit turns a double play. Oakland, Jimenez throws the ball away, and it's prolonged this inning for 2 more runs.
Yep. 2-2 the count on Ordonez. And he fouls it back out of play. Godin appears to have pretty good command after that long layoff. Good life on the fastball and keeping it down in the zone.
Got a nice little slider to right-hand hitters. I had him over at Tampa Bay. That's why I liked him. Competitive young man.
who ran 2 to count on Maglio Ordonez. And there's a bouncing ball to Jimenez, which should and will stop the bleeding. 3 runs in the 4th. A home run by Rodriguez, a run-scoring double by Inge, and a 2-out RBI from Polanco.